Right now we are on the upper level of engine room number 1. The steam comes from on the other side of that bulkhead from the boilers through these large pipes into the reduction gear, which then in turn turns the screw or the propeller. There's only one shaft in here that's attached to this reduction gear. It is the starboard side outboard propellers. There's 4 propellers, like I was saying before. This is number 1 all the way to the starboard side outboard, which is fed from this reduction gear. This is the throttle board. The man who works here is called the throttleman, and we are still on the upper level of engine room number 1. The man who works here, the throttleman here, he's actually the one who is making the propeller turn. The guys over there are making the steam in order to turn the propeller. The guy who's here is controlling the revolutions in the propeller itself. And he's doing that by following this guide here and all these dials here to make the proper steam to go the speed that we want to go up on the bridge. So up on the bridge, there's what's called the engine order telegraph. The engine order telegraph on board Battleship Wisconsin is all dials. So we'll dial it, and they'll want to go ahead 2/3, ahead full, ahead 1/3, ahead flank, and they'll want to make a speed, a particular speed. There's revolutions that go along with the speed or the knots. So 1 knot is 6 revolutions per minute on the propeller. 10 knots is 57 revolutions per minute. The throttleman will get his orders here. So we're going to go ahead 1/3, and we want to make revolutions for 15 knots. So what's going to ring up here, 15 knots, is 86. So what you'll have here is 086. I'm going to look here, and I know 086 turns into 15 knots. And then by switching these valves, turning these handles, we're going to make the proper steam to make the revolutions of 86 revolutions per minute on the shaft, which is then turning the propeller 86 times per minute. And with all four shafts going 86 revolutions a minute, we're making 15 knots. So we're still on the upper side of engine room number 1, but we're on the other side of engine room number 1. So we were over by the throttleman. We're now on the electrical side. Steam that we produce to make the ship move, we also use to make the electricity on board the ship. Steam comes over from the boilers and feeds these 2 machines. These are ship service turbine generators, or SSTGs. The ship's service turbine generators are what produce the electrical power that we then feed the ship. The switchboard back here, this is one of 4 switchboards on board the ship. This is engine room number 1, so this is switchboard number 1. Produces power that we use when we're out at sea. On board Battleship Wisconsin, in 1 hour's time, with all of the ship service turbine generators online, we could produce enough electrical power to service 1 average home in the United States of America for 365 days. Thank you very much for joining me on this behind-the-scenes trip down into the Fire Room 1 and Engine Room 1. And please remember to mask up and visit us on board Battleship Wisconsin for Winterfest going on for the next couple of weekends.